I think it's been a bad year for fantasy and science fiction fans, with shows like Willow, The Rings of Power, She-Hulk, Ms. Marvel, Obi-Wan, The Book of Boba Fett. I think all these shows fell incredibly short of the mark when it comes to reaching any point of excellence. And these stories that we've grown to inhabit and to love, they've been minimized by the injection of modern politics, by recreating them based on the world that we live in, so that these worlds have to reflect our world very precisely. So we get even failed politicians like Stacey Abrams becomes the president of Earth in Star Trek Discovery. They can't help it. They have to push our world into these fantasy worlds that we love and we inhabit. So this quote here comes from his review, C.S. Lewis's review of The Two Towers and The Return of the King. It exemplifies what's wrong. The value of the myth is that it takes all the things we know and restores to them the rich significance which has been hidden by the veil of familiarity. The child enjoys his cold meat otherwise dull to him by pretending it is buffalo just killed with his own bow and arrow. And the child is wise. The real meat comes back to him more savory for having been dipped in a story. You might say that only then is it real meat. If you're tired of the real landscape, look at it in a mirror. By putting bread, gold, horse, apple, or the very roads into a myth, we do not retreat from reality, we rediscover it. As long as the story lingers in our mind, the real things are more themselves. This book applies the treatment not only to bread or apple, but to good and evil, to our endless perils, our anguishes, and our joys. By dipping them in myth, we see them more clearly. But it's the inverse that has happened. We've dipped myths into our reality. So our reality, the things that don't matter, the messages that the political messages that are being injected into these stories become more important than the good and the evil, the endless perils, the anguishes and the joys. And that's why all these shows, that's why they are bad. That's why they are irrelevant. That's why we don't care about them, because the real things that matter, the real things that we see in a story like The Lord of the Rings, they're coded with the reality of our world, with the messages that these people want from our world that need to be into these myths rather than the other way around. I will link to this entire article by C.S. Lewis. It was written in 1955. It's been republished in a book, I think, that's out of print, but you can find it online. I'll find one and link to it. I hope you read it.